What's up, everyone? It's Ayesha Go, and welcome to Renewed or Revoked, our weekly chance to look back at what's going on in the culture, what's going on in the hip hop community, and see who is out here acting a fool, making not only themselves look bad, but making the culture look bad as well. And we will be determining whether or not their card will be renewed or revoked, and that is their card for the culture. So, them being within the culture, us claiming them, we're going to tell if again their card's being renewed, we're gonna give them a pass for whatever it is that they did, or is their card revoked and they gotta get the fuck out of here. Now, first, before we get into this week's culprit, the person whose card is on the chopping block, we're gonna get into someone that was a close call this week, and that was Jake Paul. Now, if you're not familiar with Jake Paul is a huge YouTuber, well known. He started off with Vine, and I believe too he recently there was a rumor that he was signed to Atlantic Records, and he really didn't clarify that much when he was up on the Breakfast Club. But recently a video surfaced of him freestyling in a studio, and as you can guess, he was using the N-word, and yes, he is white. Now, the reason why this was a close call and not really putting his card on a chopping block is because, for one, well, he doesn't have a card. He's not really a member of our culture, like, and not even because he's white, just because, like, what have you done within our culture to like move us forward, or like what's your contribution? Like, you haven't really done anything great and significant. Now, again, that's why he was a close call. And I just want to say, like, can y'all please stop with this N word? Like, the word's not even that popping. The word's not even clever or, catchy or anything like that. It's really an ugly word, and it's not even creative. Like, I see if it was a word like thought, because thought, is an abbreviation. That whole over there, thought is catchy, it's fun. Like, you could say the whole thing out, or you could just say it for the short term and it still makes sense. Like, thought is a fun word. I get it. But the N word is not a fun word. Like, you're not missing out on anything. It's not a creative word. It's not something that is like ingenious and just like this is the best thing ever. It's not even that popular. So just stop using it altogether. So that was our close call for this week. Now, the culprit, the person who's actually, we're looking at their card for this week, is someone that is on the new cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami, and I'm pretty sure you guys know where I'm going. So, Love and Hip Hop Miami debuted last week, and there is a beautiful artist on there named Amara La Negra, who is just Afro Latina, very positive, just loves who she is. Her skin, she has this beautiful chocolate skin, and she rocks the afro. And while in the studio with producer Young Hollywood, whose card is on the chopping block this week, he tells her that she needs to get rid of her fro. She needs to be more Beyonce, unless Macy Gray. And then he also goes on to say that having an afro isn't elegant. Now, the reason why I'm looking at his card this week is because, well, first of all, that's just completely ignorant. Like, why would you even say that? For one, number one, don't bring Beyonce up. You are not on Beyonce's level. Don't. I'm just very passionate about Beyonce because that's my best friend in my head. Just don't bring Beyonce up. And two, Beyonce is definitely pro-black with everything involving blackness. Like, whether it's her dressing up like Black Panther inspired, or her letting her daughter rock an afro and afro puffs, and her sister is super pro black, her mom and family super pro black. So it's like, what are you talking about? More Beyonce, less Macy Gray. And number two, less Macy Gray. Like, all right, yes, Macy Gray has an afro, and Macy Gray has a longer catalog and resume than you. So what are you trying to say? You're trying to downplay Macy Gray and what she's done? Like, Macy Gray is bigger than you. I mean, bigger than me too, but that's not the point. We're not talking about me. We're talking about you, Young Hollywood. Macy Gray is bigger than you too. So what are you saying, that she can't be like Macy Gray? And then also the reason why this really got me mad, and I want to look at his card for the culture, is because him saying afros aren't elegant. My good sir, young man, I'm not sure if you're familiar with an actress named Lupita Nyong'o, who is African and rocks an afro and shortcut. She's actually been on the cover of Vogue 4 times. Yes, 4 different times she's been on the cover of Vogue. Some people can't even get one cover. And Vogue is like the epitome of fashion and elegance and poise and just being refined. So afros aren't elegant, but yet you have people like Lupita Nyong'o gracing the cover of Vogue for 4 different covers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that means afros are elegant. Any hairstyle is elegant, and you can wear whatever the fuck you want to wear, and people don't have a right to judge you and say something, especially when it comes to things that's very tied into race and ethnicity, because it's just really ignorant. And you would think he would know better too, being a man that looks like he's Hispanic. So you're from a minority. You know how it is to be judged, to be misrepresented, have people think things about you that's not necessarily true. And I'm sure your family members, your mother, your sisters, aunts, cousins, like that, they all look different. Some might have light skin, some might have dark skin, some might have very straight hair, some might have very curly hair. It might not be as curly and as thick and kinky as Amada's, but I'm pretty sure it's some a little bit of mixed up in your family too. So for you to say that, it was just extremely uncalled for, extremely ignorant, and you should know better than that. Like, at least someone that is a minority. So for this week, looking back at whether his card should be renewed or revoked, and y'all might think I'm being harsh. I don't give a fuck. I can do what I want because this is my show. I'm going to say his card has to be revoked for the culture because it is 2018. There's no reason why people should still be thinking like this or should even be saying things like this. Like, we should be way far further than that. We should be way beyond that. And also, I know some people might be saying, well, you know, producers edit things to look in a certain light, la la la, whatever. Producers can't edit anything that you don't give them, so keep that in mind. So again, young Hollywood, your card is being revoked for the culture because you should not be telling this young woman that her afro isn't elegant and she needs to be more Beyonce and Macy Gray, because Beyonce and Macy Gray are both beautiful black women that show you can be Beyonce, like, you could be Macy Gray, anything in between, and that does not make you less of a person. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about this week's renewed or revoked Young Hollywood. Do you agree with me in saying that his card for the culture needs to be revoked because he just said some dumb shit that was super ignorant? Or do you think I'm being too harsh in my feelings? Am I being extra sensitive? And his card shouldn't be revoked because it's not that serious. It wasn't a big deal. Again, in the comments below, let me know what you think. And this is Renewed or Revoked. Again, I am Ayesha Go. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can know when we do next week's video. And make sure you also follow me on Instagram at it's a with 2 underscores GO. And that's that for this week. Thank you. Bye.